Welcome to my channel, The Three Mountains. Today I would like to talk about the ego problem and how to take back control of our lives. So this is part one. And first of all, I would like you to watch again this video called Close Your Eyes and Hear the Voice of God. I will leave this teaching, which is in video number 21, in the description below. Now in this video, I explained that people do not do the will of God, the Father on earth, as in heaven, because they follow their egos instead. But many people still struggle to hear the voice of the intuition. So the key question is there another way to do the will of God the Father here on earth until we can perceive the will of God manifesting through us in our intuition? Yes, there is. So if you are asleep, there is another way if you cannot hear your intuition. In any given situation, when we find ourselves stuck, if we can't hear the voice of our intuition on how the path continues or on what to do, then we must pass our answers or possible solutions through these three questions. First of all, is it the right thought? Is it the right way of thinking in face of such a problem or situation? Secondly, is it the right feeling? Are we not being carried away by our strong emotions at the time of an event or circumstance? Perhaps we have been hurt by someone's action or by something and we feel a situation is unfair. It is not advisable to take decisions being emotional about a topic. It is better to wait, calm down, and we will see things differently afterwards. And the last question, is it the right action? If we are emotional about something that has occurred to us, we will probably act emotionally about it, and this won't bring any good results. If our actions are carefully thought about or reviewed in a meditation practice, you will notice some emotion, ego behind of why you did what you did at the time. So most people lose control of themselves, and this leads them to do silly things. Now, we go back to the Buddhist saying, watch your thoughts, because they will become your words. Watch your words, because they will become your actions. And watch your actions, because they will become your destiny. If you can't control your thoughts, these thoughts will translate into words. We say, I'll do this and I'll do that, and then what happens? And once your words are out, we tend to accompany them with our actions. So it becomes more difficult to go back on our word, because uttered words are like a promise that you are making of what future action you will take. Now we will focus on how the ego works, and I'll show you this. We have a big football stadium full of people. The average number of egos inside a person, an adult can be around 10,000. This amount was given by Master Samael Aunweor. I personally have met people who have a football stadium full of people inside their psychology, and that is about 90,000 or 1 million egos, yes? So I can say that the more egos there are inside a person, the more buried is his essence, among all those egos. And the more difficult it is to try to liberate that essence. This is my opinion, yeah? Now we continue. Just a moment. So egos are typically seen in the astral in the shape of people. For example, you are in a place in the astral and the place is full of people. Then the dream is showing you that there are still many egos for you to kill. Every time I stopped along the path believing that I have killed all my egos, God will show me in a dream more people. So I decided not to ask again. Now, how do egos take over control over oneself? Master Samael Aung clearly explains that we are full of contradictions. These contradictions are the egos manifesting through us, fighting among each other as they try to take over control of the human machine. Yes? So, when we are full of contradictions, or you see yourself in that situation, it's because one ego or another is trying to take over your human machine. For example, one ego says, I'm hungry. Yes? Yeah, and then, just a moment, another one says, let's go shopping. So this is my drawing. I hope you can see it. Let me see. So one ego says, I want to go shopping. Another one says, I want to play games on the computer. Or, oh, maybe I want to smoke. Or I'm thirsty. I should go, to the pub and take a beer. Oh, I'm tired. Maybe I just want to sit down and stay at home. No, I'm hungry. A nice burger outside is what I want. So egos fight among themselves to take control of the human machine. So one ego after another, until the one of them enters and satiates the desire of that ego. Yeah? Remember, egos are related to our desires. So we live with contradictions inside us all the time. Yeah, and here we have somebody. Should I do this? Should I do that? No, yes, no. Okay. Now my point. My point is that when one ego wins this contradiction fight, it enters us by taking control of our human machine in all the 5 cylinders or centers. The mind, the heart, the motor instinct, and sexual centers. Now, its feelings become our strong feelings about a topic. Yeah, so here we have watch your emotions, especially if they are strong emotions inside you. Then the thinking of the ego becomes our thinking. And we strongly believe that our way of thinking is the correct one. And we try to impose our way of thinking on others too. So here is the Buddhist saying, watch your thoughts, especially if you feel emotional about it. The mind can also become a river of negative thoughts when we feel hurt and we criticize others for our situation. We feel it is unfair what has happened to us, or we want to drive people to our way of thinking just to show leadership, etc., etc. Yes? Now, the ego also takes over the motor instinct center. For example, we raise our hands if we are complaining, we walk up and down if we have a problem. Observe people eating huge amounts of food at McDonald's, KFC, etc. Or drivers who drive asleep and kill cats or small animals on their way, and even people with their dangerous driving. Or a person who, as soon as he gets any money, he or she heads to gamble or to the pub to drink. So these are just few examples. Yes, so if you are alert, you won't let the ego do with you whatever it wants. Here it is important to fight the ego of whatever desire comes up. Yeah, and once you feel in control, ask your intuition, what's next in your list of priorities to carry out during the day? If it is lunch, then be alert and eat in moderation. Yes, you should get the signal that you are full and not overeat. If you feel angry about a situation, eliminate the ego of anger first with the Divine Mother until you are calm, and then look at the situation again. If you are driving, be awake. Do not drive mechanically, nor allow your mind to tempt you with thoughts that take away your attention from the wheel. If you got your salary, then bills are a priority to pay. Whoever is in control of his home, being in perfect harmony with his spouse, his children, keeping it clean, tidy, paying rent on time, bills, etc., will be able to be in control of his life outside too. Everything starts at home. And like this, every situation needs you to be focused, alert, and your concentration to achieve balance. Yeah. Now, we go to this part when I say that now you should be able to understand when the master says, we can say that each psychic aggregate is like a person inside us. There is no doubt that these aggregates have three brains, the intellectual, the emotional, and the motor sexual instinct. That is, each I or aggregate is a complete person. So each ego is a complete person. Each I or aggregate has its own individual criteria, its own ideas, its concepts, its desires, its own actions, etc., and enjoys of certain autonomy. So, looking at things from this angle, we arrive at the conclusion that inside us live many people. But what is worse is that all these people fight among themselves for supremacy. Each one of them wants to be the master and lord of the human machine. Yes, and they come to be. Every time we allow one ego to take over our machine, then he controls us, manages us. Now, this is the summary for you to remember. Right thought, right feeling, right action. If these three come together, when you are faced with any situation, yes, then you will be doing God's will on earth. Later, these actions will already be accompanied by the voice of your intuition, which will manifest while you remain calm when facing adversities, or we try to stay calm. Up to here, this video, I want you to meditate on this today and to try to stop behaving like a machine and wake up. Yes. Thanks for watching, and in my next video we continue with the ego part 2.